Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins of interest. And today we're going to be taking a look at Metapets. So just ensure you're subscribed to the channel if you want to stay informed about everything to do with Metapets, right? So the news came out yesterday from the CEO. In 5 days, staking is going to be out, right? So the purpose of this video is for us to dive into staking. What exactly is staking, and is it a good thing or is it not in relation to Metapets? So this is going to be a very valuable video for you, even if you're not planning to stake into Metapets. But if you're planning to stake, or you are staked somewhere or any other project, you need to ensure that you listen to this video to the end, because I'm going to be sharing with you valuable information. So let's jump in and check the price for today. So we do see here the price is dropping of Metapets, currently sitting on 90169. Obviously, the news of Gusto at London has really hit the market hard because people are just starting to see that there's a lot of loopholes, that the CEO literally gave the full project into Gusto at London's hands in terms of the website, and he was not keeping tabs and checking on a daily basis what is the progress has been made on the website himself, physically checking. It seems like he only saw right at the tail end of the website being released that there wasn't really a website, and then they just spin together a quick website, right, to just release something on the 6th of March. And that news coming out that Gusto at London stole money from the project, was blackmailing the CEO. That's what he said in the video that he did. So yesterday, we're going to be sticking to staking into this video. Yesterday, the CEO said staking is going to be live in 5 days. So should you stake with Metapets? That's the biggest question. Well, one thing that you need to know about staking, there are some requirements that I'm going to tell you if you're planning to stake in any project, not just Metapets. First of all, when you stake, you're going to be getting that AYP, right? That annual yield percentage, right? So where does that money come from? That money, where does it come from? Because when you stake, you're going to be expecting to receive some profits, right? Some interest, and then when you unstake, you have more money than you staked. So where does that money come from? Well, for most of the projects, they have some form of utility, right? For example, I can give you an example of this project called Tectonic. It's got a utility of lending and borrowing. So you can already see there is about 487 that has been borrowed, and there is about 900 million that has been supplied, right? So the people who are borrowing, right, they borrow, they pay back their loans, they borrow, they pay back their loans. Some are just lending, they are putting money down on here. These people who are borrowing, they pay fees, they pay interest rates and all that. So that money that is coming from there is put into the staking contract. And then now Tectonic has launched its staking contract. So you can see that the protocol will direct 50% of all protocol revenue from liquidation fees, loan repayments into the staking module, which will become converted programmatically by smart contracts into Tonic via other decentralized exchanges such as VVS, right? So this shows you that this is actually sustainable. If you go and stake on Tectonic, money is coming from fees, from interest coming from the borrowers. But in the terms of Metapets, where is the money coming from? And it's not just Metapets only. We have a host of projects that are popping up all over the place every day, such as Avex Fury. All they do, these guys, is offer staking. But where is the money coming from? It's not coming from nowhere except the investors, right? So if money, there's no utility that is bringing in money, right, such as we are going to be seeing on Metapets, there's no other utility that is bringing in money. Yeah, that is bringing in interest that can be put into the staking contract. There's nothing like that. It's just money from investors being moved around. And in traditional markets, there are two names for that. The first name is called pyramid scheme, and the other name is called Ponzi scheme. So let's look what is a pyramid scheme. A form of investment illegal in the UK and elsewhere, in which each paying participant recruits two further participants and returns being and then in returns being given early participants using money contributed by later ones. So basically, in a pyramid scheme, the people who invest first, they recruit other people, and then those people, when they invest, the people who invest first are going to be getting profits, right? In this case, this AYPs, right, from the later investors. And what's a Ponzi scheme? So we see a Ponzi scheme is an investment fraud that pay existing investors with funds collected from new investors. Ponzi scheme organizers often promise to invest your money and generate high returns with little or no risk, but in many Ponzi schemes, the fraudsters do not invest the money, right? So you see that since this is crypto, it's got this staking, it's got characteristics of both Ponzi scheme and as well pyramid scheme. So the most important thing to remember into these things is, if you are going to be staking, right, you need to ask the question, how is this sustainable? What is producing that annual yield percentage that you are receiving as interest, as you as the investor, right? Is it coming from, like, for example, Tectonic? We do know that the main protocol, you can see the massive amount here that are being borrowed. So this protocol generates a lot of fees for the borrowers, right? In terms of interest, it also generates a lot of interest in terms of the amount that is borrowed. So that is being put into the staking module. And when that is in the staking module, when you go and stake, you can feel happy and good to knowing that the interest, the AUPYs that you're receiving is coming from a genuine place, right? Because the borrowers are willingly borrowing money against the protocol, right? And they are willing to pay those interest rates and those taxes, right? Just like in traditional banking. So if you see your traditional bank, when you go and deposit $100 to save in a traditional bank, right? The bank has got what they call a fractional reserve system, right? So they are allowed in some instance to loan out 90% of the deposits that have been put down. So if you put down $100, they can loan out 90% of that. They will promise you a 5% return per year, right? But that $90 out of your $100, they've loaned it out to other people, and they're charging an interest rate anywhere between 10, 30, even 40%, depending on the risk profile of the borrower, right? So they can easily give you that 5%. They are still going to be making a huge profit from the money that you've saved with them, right? So that's the utility in that. But in terms of projects such as Metapets, right, like Evax Fury and a few of other dApps that are coming out, you need to ask yourself, where is the money coming from? Is this sustainable? Basically, if there is no money, where money is coming from, like interest rate, like fees, such as we're seeing with Tectonic, such as we see with traditional banks, basically, it's a Ponzi scheme, it's a pyramid scheme, it's a fraud, it's a scam. Right? That's one thing you need to know about staking. So I thought this information was very valuable for me to share with you today. So are you going to be staking with Metapets? It's up to you. You have the information right now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.